forgot to hit mute. Oh, shit. Hey, guys, we started off with the mistake. That's how I like to start it anyway.
That's exactly how we like to start.
That's how we do it, man.
And now that we're on the air, all right, now I'm good.
No, you're not. You're going to do that the next hour, dude.
I don't know, man.
Yes, you are.
I don't know
That's
what it
you
is.
do.
I don't know if
What
it's
do you mean?
psychosomatic.
It's this thing. Hey, groovy, by the way. Does it get lost? Does it get lost in the forest with this cool green pattern? You ever go out in the woods and lay it down, go, oh, I'll never find it again?
I'm an earth person.
You are an earth person. Well, good news. It's Earth Day. So plant a tree.
You plant a tree on Arbor Day.
It's not fucking Earth Day. I don't know when Earth Day is. You think I give a shit when Earth
I don't
Day
give
is?
a fuck.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about Earth Day. I'm voting Trump.
And he don't care about the earth.
He don't give a shit about the
Nah,
Earth. Dude,
fuck
Trump's
no.
out there doing podcasts now, and it cracks me up.
Like funny comedy.
He was
content.
on Theo Von's podcast, and for you guys that don't listen to the podcast or don't know who Theo Von is one of the goofiest dudes in the world. I mean, he's literally he don't make any sense. You'll say something to him like, "Yeah, I used to go to school with the guy that lived with the zebra," and he'll say things like that that just completely out of left field. And he's interviewing Trump. And for one thing, they barely talk politics. They mostly talk UFC. They, and Trump.
Did they really?
Well, Trump goes to a bunch of them. He goes to a bunch of them. So that's and Trump and Dana White are like best buddies. So that's mostly what they talked about, at least for the first 20 minutes or so. And then they danced around. They talked a lot about addiction and stuff like that, which is hilarious because it was just Theo Von talking and Trump just going, oh, because Trump's never done a drug in his life.
Addiction is bad.
He's never smoked. He's never drank. No, yeah, my brother Fred told me. My brother Fred told me not to drink and not to smoke, and that's.
Do you believe those guys that say I've never done a drug in my life?
Some of them, yeah, why not?
Him, I probably do because he was like a business nerd when he was real young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All he ever wanted to do was be money.
Yeah, but he's very social, and he's always been very social. So you would have thought that he would have done something.
Well, he wants famous. He wants to be.
Well,
famous.
that's what I mean. So I would have thought he would have at least drank. At one point, never.
Oh,
Done
he
a
doesn't
drug.
even drink?
Yeah, never done a drug. That don't surprise me.
I'll never vote for him on that.
If someone's never had a drink before, you'll never vote for him?
Never had a drink in their lives?
Yeah.
No, something's wrong with you.
I feel kind of the same way about weed.
Something's wrong with you.
Like when people say they've never done it, I'm like, well, then I don't ever want to hear you talk about it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Go away. You're annoying, you dork.
Yeah, never had a drink?
Yeah, why are all these people like Trump so much?
My mom's had
He's a
one.
fucking dork.
Yeah.
Think about it. The guy's never drank or smoked.
So last
or
night,
did anything. Never didn't even blow. What a fucking loser.
You know what, though? When we did this podcast a month ago, I was like, yeah, Trump wins in the landslide. I'm not there anymore.
No, I think she wins.
Do you?
Yeah, but I was telling my wife this yesterday. We're going to get right into politics. Hey, look at you, fucking hairy guy.
But we'll throw in dick
You
jokes.
Fucking dork.
Cream pie jokes.
Cream pie.
You won't get those.
You won't know anything about it. What do you care? You fucking gay. Anyway, that's not nice. No, what I was saying is I was telling my wife this last night that it feels though a lot like the Hillary Clinton thing, but without the energy from Trump. He just doesn't seem to have it. I mean, he's getting old too, so maybe that's part of it. But I mean, he's like last night he was in some kind of a interview at the Wall and he was just stammering and not making any damn. He was Biden in it. And you're just like,
5 years younger,
like
4
what's going
years
on here,
younger.
buddy? You're usually pretty fucking together. So, but anyways, it reminds me a lot of the Hillary thing. In fact, that did anyone think Trump had a chance heading into that election day? We all thought Hillary was winning. I mean, no one thought Trump was going to win that at the time. So
No.
And I think it's starting to feel that way again, where at least the mainstream media and stuff have us convinced that it's all Kamala and Kamala's winning everything, but it's probably a lot closer than it actually is. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think she needs the black vote. That's all it is to it. She needs the minority vote. If she can get the minorities out voting for her, then she can win this.
God knows she's going to get every Latino vote there is because Trump wants to put them on a bus
That
and
doesn't
send them
matter,
back.
though. That doesn't connect with them a lot of times. The ones that got over here a lot of times, and especially the legal ones.
Well, the legal ones she won't get,
No,
but
I'm
the
just saying,
illegal she will, and they're voting.
Yeah, it's a hard one for Hispanics because they are naturally conservative people. Like religiously, they're Catholic and shit for the most part.
They are.
They tend to float towards conservative politics, which is hilarious because the conservatives want to kick him out. But he gets a lot more Mexican vote than you think he ever would.
Right, but the Democrats are, and I'm not getting fucking crazy, but they're the ones who give them everything.
Yes.
You sneak into this country and
What do they get? I know I'm missing all the stuff that they're getting.
they get instant food stamps, they get housing allowance, they get all of that.
Now, why
man.
are they all on the streets and being corralled
They're
and
not
put
on
in
the
cages
streets
and stuff?
They're not on the streets. They're living 5 and 6 and 7 to a 1-bedroom apartment, but they're getting housing, they're getting food stamps, they're getting clothing, they're getting all welfare. They're getting welfare.
I guess I don't know anybody.
I knew a lot.
I am not from there, but how do you get welfare without being a part of the system? Now, do
you know that illegals now can get driver's licenses?
No, I didn't. But I just applied for health care through the government and stuff like that. And the amount of shit that I had to do to jump through hoops just to prove that I was me and stuff, like I don't understand that. There's a part of me that think I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I hear it, but I don't believe it. It just seems like something people say, but it's not.
So you think they come over here with nothing and suddenly they have nice brand new cars and shit like that?
I don't know many of them with nice brand new cars unless they went out and started a business and did something that made money.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing. The one thing about the illegal.
What do you mean they got them? When was the last time I seen a fucking a guy cross over and have a nice car all of a sudden? Unless he was selling drugs. I mean,
when I lived in my old apartment, the apartment across from me had like 4 Mexicans in it. They had a brand new Dodge Ram truck. 4 guys that did construction or something.
Because there was 4 guys doing construction, so they worked for their money. They didn't get given a fucking truck.
My whole point is, no, they worked for it, but my whole point is, how do you get a loan with no documents whatsoever?
They don't do loans. Mexicans don't.
So they bought a $60,000 fucking truck.
Yes, they all work and don't spend any money because they all live together and live off a couple bags of rice at a time. You know, they don't spend like Americans spend. So like there's $60,000 that
they send 80% of their money back home to the families.
Exactly, but either way, what they do is they're making, let's say, $30,000, $40,000 each, and there's 6 of them. That's now $240,000, and they're living on $50,000. So you got the cash to buy. Yeah,
they live in dump apartments.
You know, we're not. It's not like us that go out and spend every single dollar and stuff. They live different. So you know, you can make that money last if you really want to.
Well, all I know is they definitely get welfare and food stamps and all that basic human stuff. You know, is what they get. But when I found out, I was reading the other day that they're actually giving them driver's licenses so they can drive legally in this country. Well, when I go to vote, all they ask me for is my license.
I don't get that. I don't understand. I thought if you were illegal and anyone found out that you were here, you got sent back. Like you just stay. Like you just stay. Nothing happens.
Well, the thing about it is, like I told you,
I thought deportation was a pretty normal thing.
My brother-in-law employed a lot of illegal Mexicans, and when one of them got deported, they were back in 2 days.
No, I understand that part of it. I'm just saying, like,
they literally drop you. They don't drive you home. Mm-hmm. If you live deep into Mexico, they drive you across the closest border and you get out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a hard time someone coming from fucking somewhere in the middle of Central America and then walking into a government office and saying, "Hey, I'm illegal. Give me
well, there's organizations for that. There's refugee organizations.
Give me food stamps and housing." I don't think it works like that. I really don't. I think that's I don't know how it works. So I'm going to claim ignorance here, but I don't think it works the way conservatives seem to think it works, where they just come here and then Kamala Harris is like, here's $1,000 in a house.
They do get welfare.
You know, I don't know. I'm going to claim complete ignorance on here, but I'm sick of talking. You want to talk about buttholes?
No. I want to talk about my hero.
Your hero right off the bat?
Well, we got a lot of bits, but yeah, this one I've been holding for 2 days. This is too good.
All right. But yeah, we got it.
I need a hero. Holding out for a hero. Double morning light. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be larger than life. I need a hero.
All right, now my hero. First of all, have you ever seen those TikTok videos where there's like a crying baby sitting in a high chair, whatever, and they throw a piece of American cheese on its forehead, and it goes, and it stops crying instantly?
It gets confused.
My hero is my friend Kevin Bloom.
Hey, Kev.
Yep, I've known him for 20 years, almost since I've been here.
How big is he?
That I don't know.
Wow. See, here's the thing. The more I think about it, I've asked you about almost every one of your friends' dicks just because I know that was the thing you talked about, knowing all their sizes. And you've only really known like 5 sizes.
Well, I've only seen the dicks of my closest.
But you made it like a big deal to all of our friends at work. Like, I've known you 6 years. It's weird. I haven't seen your dick. You know, and like I'm thinking like, but now more and more people you've known
you're in
your
the
whole
inner
life.
circle.
Still, Kev's not?
Kev's not.
Okay, fair enough. Go.
No, he's not in the inner circle. He's a good guy. Been out drinking with him a few times.
I think your inner circle used to do a lot more fuck acts, so that just happens to be why I see their dicks.
I haven't always been like this.
I don't know if I believe.
All right, so my buddy Kevin calls me up and he says, "Hey, I've been talking to him a little. I talked to him a little bit lately. Yeah. He tells me he's got like 100 pint glasses, beer glasses. He's cleaning out his garage, and he knows I have a collection because he's been to my house. He goes, "Do you want these?"
100 of them?
He's got like 100. Wow. They're in milk crates, and
I don't know if I'd want 100.
Well, he had a bar down in this basement, and they turned it into because they have a new baby, and they turned it into a bedroom and all that. So he gives them to me. I go over to his house.
Should have just got rid of the baby, dude.
After I do this little segment, you're all going to look at me like I'm the fucking devil, and there's something wrong with me. Not like you don't already, but I'm sitting down in his basement with him. Okay, he's got a toddler. I think just over 2 years old, still in like a pull-up. Baby's walking around. We're trying to talk, and the baby's yelling and screaming and doing all this stuff and just being chaotic, knocking stuff over. Just being a baby. And he's like, "Come on, sweetheart, don't do that. Don't do that." And the baby just blows him off like it's fucking nothing. "Fuck you. I'm going to do whatever I want." Calls to his wife. "Can you come down and get him?" And she's like, "I'm doing something, blah, blah, blah." And bottom line is he was like being destructive. And just, So my buddy Kevin gets up, walks over to this baby, this big, okay, grabs him by the back of the head, pins his head against his ass, and farts in his face. The baby went, turned around, walked upstairs without making a fucking peep. He grabbed him by the head, put him into his ass, put this baby's whole face in the crack of his ass, and ripped one. And the look on this baby's face was like, walked right upstairs. And he looks at me, and he goes, "It works." And I went, "Fuck, it does. I would never do it, but it works."
Hey, Kevin. It's all fun and games until you have to visit the pediatrician and get some fucking pink eye medicine because you're farting on your child's face.
This is not something he's never done before. It was obvious.
Funny shit.
Funny shit.
What do you mean? He's done it like this is his thing?
I think this might be his when you're out of control thing because he must have done it to all his kids. He just literally didn't say a word. The baby's running around crying. He just walks up, grabs him.
What if that becomes like the next big trend? Maybe he should start a TikTok video.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
I looked it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dads farting in their kids' faces. There's hundreds of videos of people doing this. Hundreds.
Okay, well, I'm not even saying like the next big thing is in TikTok, like medically. What if they find out? What if like the dog whisperer, he found out a couple tricks on how to get the dogs to do some things? What if they found out like, no, this is actually how you get your child. It's some kind of ancient shit, that it connects in their brain, and that's how you get them to calm down and go relax. The fellow
for the first 20 seconds, I'm looking at him going, like this. I had heard about it, I see it. I see the baby just immediately stop, no look on his face, just walk upstairs, and then I started laughing, and I could not stop laughing. He goes, "You like that, dude?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I like that. It's hilarious."
Yeah, you just farted on your child. Hilarious.
But when he grabbed his head, he shoved it up there.
Well, that's weird.
And
that's
just
weird.
Cropped it. Just
I mean, because if the nose is on the butthole,
he had pants on.
Still, if the nose is on the butthole, your child's chin was on the back of your balls. And that's weird. But then again, that's where he came from. So,
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago that he was in those balls.
But
so.
I laughed there for a good 10 minutes. I got home. I thought about it. On the ride home, I was laughing. When I got home, I was laughing. And I laughed for off and on 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, and well, that's the way you are.
Yeah.
I actually had a moment like that this week, and he's going to be my hero of the week, even though people would say, why the fuck he's your hero? Because what it was, but it goes back to a lot of my heroes. It's for making joy in someone's life. And to me, in the in-game, I laugh fucking so much about this later that it was worth it. All right?
I love those.
So I'm in the old Clifton, the college part of town for you non-Cincinnatiers. I'm driving around and it's late and I got to pee. And I pee about once every hour and a half or so. So when I'm Ubering, that's, 5 times I got to go find a place to pee. After it's dark though, it's easy. You just go find a dumpster in a not crowded area and pee behind a dumpster. All right. So that's what I was doing. I found a dumpster behind a school of some sort, I believe.
Oh, that's good. There. You pull your cock out by a school. Good call.
It's 1:30 in the morning. If there's kids, if there's kids at the middle school or whatever the fuck that is, I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, but they don't care if the kids are there.
I think it was a rec
They care that it is a school.
I don't care. Anyways,
Pedophile.
Yeah, that's how it ended. I got my dick sucked by a 9-year-old. No, yeah, dude, hero of the week, 9-year-old. No, no, I'm not sharing stories that I was told by other people. I'm looking at you, Nathan. So I got a PM in Clifton. I pull up, I see a dumpster. I'm sitting there for a couple seconds, turning my Uber to Paul's just so I don't miss anything and all that shit. And I get out of the car, I go walk, and I start, zipping down my pants. And a fucking dude pops out from behind a dumpster and just goes, "Ugh!" And my instant reaction was literally this. Ah!
Homeless dude?
I think it was either an addict, maybe was getting a fix in, maybe someone just I don't know what he was doing. I don't know a homeless dude would live behind a dumpster. He was dressed like...
All you can eat?
Yeah, he was dressed in like long sleeves and pants, and it was like 85 degrees outside, and he had a backpack that was completely packed. You know what I mean? It was like a military looking backpack, but it was, stuffed. And he was, I don't know what he was doing. He jump scared the shit out of me, dude. Because you don't expect it. I literally had probably my dick in my hand. Like, about to whip it out and pee real quick. And this guy just popped up. And the look he gave me, because he was scared to death too. He thought I was a cop. All right. So I don't know if he was doing something illegal or what, but he thought I was a cop. And that's why he was ducking behind, because he seen the lights pull up. And he just seen me sit, my car sitting there with the lights on. And he, I guess, ducked behind that dumpster. I don't know why the fuck he's hanging out behind a dumpster. I went behind the dumpster after he left and peed. It's not like there was like a bed set up or anything.
Oh, he jump scared you and left?
Oh, yeah. Then he took off. We both laughed after the fact. I did it. He did it. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, man. I thought you were a cop. I just had to come back here and take a pee real quick." And I'm like, "That's what I'm doing." And he laughed and I left and he walked around. And why I'm peeing, dude, I'm just continued to laugh so hard because I had to look retarded. I was scared to death. I never had that reaction in my life. I've never been so scared. I've never just screamed like a bitch.
They have a bunch of TikTok videos like that too, where a guy would dress like a bush or something, and then people walk by and he'll jump out, and they'll always focus on like these big guys in gym clothes and stuff, and he jumps out and they go, "Ah!" Big tough guy.
Well, in retrospect, I'm kind of glad there. It was a manly scream. It was it was like, "Ah!" But it was a fucking scream, and it scared it scared the shit out of me. Obviously, I've never screamed like that in my life, so I've never been scared like that in my life about anything. And I'm not a scared, like I do this all the time in like the hood, where a lot of people wouldn't even get out of their car, and I'm hanging out behind a dumpster taking a leak.
I won't do that.
Exactly. So I'm not a naturally scared person.
Hey, what are you doing in a dumpster, man? You don't belong in this dumpster.
You don't belong in this dumpster.
It's our dumpster, man.
Get out of there, dude. You don't deserve our trash.
Motherfucker, you're in our dumpster.
Crack ass cracking. Now I'll pee anywhere. I don't care.
But Kevin Bloom, my hero, man. Just because I laughed for so many hours.
And junkie behind the dumpster, my hero.
Wouldn't it be funny if the guy peeing back there was Kevin Bloom? If he was just out there.
It just happened
and
to be
both of our heroes the same fucking day.
Hey, Kevin, stop hanging out behind dumpsters in Clifton, you weirdo.
So my cucks are moving to Florida.
You've told me.
Not yet. Not, one of the cucks. Mm-hmm. Not yet, but I've been evaluating this. And, because they talked about how they could get me, they'd fly me down sometimes on a weekend. I could really get a lot out of this. Now, these people aren't like the nightgown guy, where they're going to do whatever I say. Mm-hmm. But if I can get a nice hotel out of it, a couple of days on the beach.
Yeah, we talked about that. You're going to be an international sex traveler.
I'm going to be like Austin Powers of porn.
But no one's recording.
No one records.
So it's not porn.
I'm thinking of starting to hide cameras.
I mean, fucking by its pornography is the act of actually filming it, right? It's not just fucking. That's not pornography, is it?
No, I think it's the actual movie.
Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know. Or some kind of
magazine,
reproduction. Yeah. I didn't think just fucking is called porn.
Do they still make like Hustler and Playboy? And I know Playboy went out of business. But I mean, do they still do like Penthouse and all those magazine places?
I mean, I haven't seen one in forever.
I haven't either.
But I don't know.
I loved those.
Yeah, but that's because you didn't have the internet.
Right.
I never use them now.
Oh, no.
I've never been because I
stuck the pages of hundreds of magazines together when I was young.
The internet came out for me like right around when I was 14 is when I could start jerking off the internet. So like, I never really had
So I was 18.
I didn't have a porn collection. So you're 18. You were 28.
See, the worst part
you were
about
way
my
past that.
worst part about my porn collection is that I never kept it around. I was too scared of getting caught with it.
Yeah.
So I'd get a magazine, I'd hide it in the best possible place. I'd beat off until the novelty wore off. Then I got rid of it and got a new one.
Yeah.
I never kept them. If I'd have kept them, my porn collection would have barely fit in this garage.
Well, no, and everybody knows the proper place to put your porn is in the woods. Somehow hide it in the woods for another kid to find it, and then another kid finds it and you got a sticky page or two in it, but you ignore that because you never get to see tits, so you jerk off and add your sticky page.
Yeah, but I mean, you remember when Hustler started? I mean, taking like fucking widespread. Here's my box.
I was never a magazine porn guy because it was quickly going out of style in my generation. And I just never got them. So I never had watched a bunch of them. So no, all these things you're describing, no, I don't remember.
The best
because
one
I never
ever
really looked
got,
at them.
I was around 14.
I think I've seen one Hustler my whole life. And I do know that they're different. They're the
I
ones that'll
loved
show you
Hustler.
the fucking kidneys.
I loved Hustler because it had like 2 pages of jokes called Hustler Humor.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. But the best one I ever got, I was like 14. It was called High Society Magazine. Mm-hmm. And it was the kidneys, you're fucking yanking the shit open. But inside it was a special edition. Inside it, on one page, was like a thin piece of cardboard with dots around it where you punch it. It was a record, a little fucking cardboard record. Mm-hmm. And I waited till everyone was gone. I put it on, and it was a woman telling like a fuck story, And I remember sitting there thinking, oh.
Were you jerking off to that?
Oh, hard. But the whole point is she was going, ooh, he was playing with my tits. Then next thing you know, the plumber's cock came out. And she's talking like this. And I'm going, keep talking. I never had anything like that.
You're in one of the rare. There's probably only.
Probably sold 10 million of those magazines.
No, but I'm saying there's probably only maybe 5% of the world is alive that is old enough to remember jerking off the record. You know what I mean?
That's the only one that ever happened.
So I'm just saying,
But I mean, it was a woman,
there's
a real
definitely
woman.
no one of my generation or a younger generation that's jerking off to a record.
plumber
And I
was
imagine it was only an
unclogging my
American
toilet.
thing. I doubt they're jerking off the records in Sweden.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like I said, this was some special thing.
You are very special because you're one of the only people alive that have done that.
Well, don't you remember the first Cheech and Chong album?
Well, of course I don't remember. It was
Big
done before I
Bamboo.
was born.
Hey, it had the album sleeve.
I do.
When you opened it, it had rolling paper in it.
Someone stole that fucking rolling paper from me, and I'm still angry to this day about that.
Was the rolling paper.
One of the
Mine
few
was the porn
things
record.
that has got stolen from me that really pisses me off. Because my dad gave me that, and he always told me, make sure you don't fucking use the rolling paper, asshole.
The Big Bamboo.
Yeah, and I had it, and I
album.
was proud of it, and I was probably going to use it eventually. But, I wanted to be the one to use it, and some fucking cunt stole it from me at some point or
For
another.
those of you that don't know, it was
Fuck
a
you,
rolling
whoever did
paper
that.
that was like this big.
Yeah.
It was a huge, a couple ounces would go in there, I think.
Probably, yeah.
But they gave everybody one.
It was part of the album, Big Bamboo.
The Big Bamboo album, yeah. But so it's like, they put out a special edition with a rolling paper. I got a dirty talking record.
Yeah.
And it was all staticky. It was fucking cardboard. But the whole point is, this woman's plumber laid some pipe. And when it was over, I remember looking at the record because it was like a 45 size. Mm-hmm. And the needle was moving. It was moving pretty fast. It was only about a 3-minute track. Mm-hmm. So once it was getting to the end, I was like, well, I better finish quick. It's almost over. What happened? What's the plumber doing now? Oh, he's fucking my tits. Oh.
What if that was the moment in the history of the world where you were like, I got to get that back. And you were the guy. And you pushed it back, went, hey. And you invented the scratch while you were just trying to go back and get to another part of the porn that you were listening to so you can finish.
Pussy.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sweet. Your life would have been so much better.
Have you ever done this? Tell me if you've ever done this, because I know I'm not the only one. Have you ever been jerking off to porn? Mm-hmm. You're watching your phone.
I've done that.
You're watching your phone,
Okay.
and you're watching the scene, and you're beating off a little bit, and the scene never really gets a whole lot better. Mm-hmm. What I would normally do is go, stop, find one that looked a little bit better.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm just too lazy to do that, and it's doing enough of a job. So you go ahead and bust a nut, and then you're really disappointed that that's the porn you jerked off to.
Yeah, I guess.
It's happened. It's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
I can't be the only one, because I turned one on yesterday. I thought it was going to be hot. Sitting there whacking it. All of a sudden, it's getting close. I'm like, this porn kind of sucks.
It's getting to the point where I have a hard time finding any of them that do anything for me. I'm just like,
Because they're all the same.
they're all, yeah. It's like I've seen this. It's like, what? There's nothing.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say I'm aging out of porn, but I'm not. But I am. Like it's not like it used to be. I can tell you that.
You know,
There's no excitement in that game anymore.
everyone knows that my bucket list now has a midget on it.
Yeah.
So the other day, a little person walks by at work, and
You already said midget. Why are we fucking around?
and Nate goes, "Hey, there's your bucket list." Well, it was a man. I said, "That doesn't count."
Well, it counts,
Fucking man. So what I've decided, I told you which kind I want. I want you to look up, and everybody look up TikTok Tabby.
Okay.
She's a little midget that does line dancing. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of midget I want. So if you know one like that,
You want to fuck TikTok Tabby?
TikTok Tabby, or someone like her. Now I don't know how old TikTok Tabby is.
Is TikTok Tabby in a relationship?
I have no idea.
You don't know anything about her?
I know every video she's line dancing.
Well, that seems annoying.
But she is the
She a
kind
hillbilly?
of. What's that?
She a hillbilly?
I don't believe so. No,
Why
because
would you line dance if you're not a hillbilly though?
well, she also line dances to like.
Irish, maybe some like that kind of Irish, whatever that dancing's called.
So this is the exact kind of midget that I want.
I found a girl on TikTok that I like too, and it's this lady without any arms, and her boyfriend throws her footballs, and it just bounces off her face.
I saw that one. At least he put a helmet
Yeah,
on her.
they do like, good job.
He put a helmet on her.
But it's not just that. There's her doing a bunch of things that require arms, and then her failing, and then they're just going like, yeah. That shit's good.
I'm going to show you TikTok Tabby real quick.
Well, hurry up, old man. Jesus Christ.
Because this is
TikTok Tabby.
This is the kind of little person that I want to lay pipe to. She's attractive. Here, I'm going to just give you one quick one.
All right, TikTok Tabby. Let's get it, bitch.
I'm coming, man.
You could have told me I could have had TikTok Tabby pulled up or something before the show.
TikTok Tabby.
Ugh.
No, not ugh.
Ugh.
She's making a funny face.
Yeah, but I'm not even in a face. It's that body. She's a midget. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's mean. No,
she doesn't look like a normal midget.
yeah, that's mean. I'm a fat fuck. I shouldn't make fun of her.
Big I'm sorry and love and hugs going out to our buddy Matt Hudson, who just today put his dog down.
Oh, well, yeah, we want to talk about that.
But we're sending some love that way.
Yeah.
So let's talk porn.
You got those notes?
What notes?
I have to make a retraction.
You have a retraction too?
Yeah, just did.
Yeah.
Just did.
Oh, there they are.
TikTok Tabby is not disgusting. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't nice. I was excited in the moment. I will never do it again. TikTok Tabby. I'm sorry and stuff.
Don't get me wrong. I don't have this sudden fetish for TikTok Tabby, but when people say, what type of little person are you looking for? It's TikTok Tabby.
TikTok Tabby might not have much going on in life. Maybe she does. Maybe she has a lot of stuff going on in life. But either way, if TikTok Tabby gets drawn to this video, I don't want her to come here and get her feelings hurt because fucking Fatty dumped on her.
Well,
all right? I was just excited
she
in the
also
moment.
does.
And I'm more excited to shit on him. Not you, Tabby. I would feel sorry for you if you got his dick.
She also does like, clothing and fashion advice.
Yeah.
But either way, she's exactly the type of little person that I would like to cross off my bucket
All
list.
right. Well, she was probably already disgusted as soon as she heard that. And bucket list. No one wants to be part of a bucket list.
Oh, sure. I'd be on a bucket list.
You would. You're a dude. If anything meant fucking you,
No, I'd be on a lot of bucket lists.
You don't care about their reasons.
It doesn't even have to be fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want a guy who's willing to kick me in the nuts as hard as he can.
You want to be the guy that gets kicked in the nuts?
No, I want to be the one doing the kicking.
Oh, okay.
Like that guy in Vegas that puts a sign up that says "Kick me in the nuts for $20."
I don't want to see you do
which
a
is
kick.
real.
I want to see someone that really knows how to kick.
I don't want to have to pay him. I want him to say, "Man, for you,
it's free."
59-year-old guy, I want it free."
I've been waiting my whole life for you to kick me in the nuts.
Dude, I'd love
Fucking
to
fulfill my fantasy.
I would be really scared though that I would like pop one of the nuts and I'd go to jail or something if I was in Vegas. But if you hold up a sign that says $20 and I'm at least even on the trip, I'm kicking you.
So I had a weird ride last night where I was going to transition earlier because you said man. I was going to speak of men. But anyways, I picked up this, according to the Lyft name, it was Susan or something like that, and a girl. The picture was definitely a girl looking. But what hopped in the car was definitely not a girl. Maybe he was attempting to be a girl. I'm not sure. I do not want to be judgmental about that. That's not the part that I cared about. So, there's some kind of tranny in the back. They don't like tranny, do they?
No.
Fuck.
Trans person.
Trans person.
Or even better, her.
Why?
Huh?
Her, okay. But I don't know. I don't want to assume gender.
Well, no,
I knew they were trans. I didn't. But trans people can just be transsexuals. They're still dudes.
My son just says I'm a guy.
Yeah, but your son's a different thing. And by the way, if your son came into my car, I would never even notice.
No, you wouldn't.
So it would be like, there's some dude.
You'd have no idea.
I gave a fucking a dude a ride to some white trash place on the west side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this lady is in the back of my car, and she's fucked up, and you can tell. And she gets on the phone, and she's talking to a dude that's like, you could tell just the ghetto ass dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's hitting on her and stuff, and she's like, I'm gonna go home and smoke a joint and take a shower, and like a manly voice, but like a man trying to do a girl voice. And again,
well, I'm gonna go take a shower.
She took
Call me later.
Now again, this is why I don't know how that she identifies, because she took the wig off as soon as she got in the car. She had a big white red wig, and she just took it off. And put
Could
it
have
down.
been a drag performer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And I mean, I can tell, but she was trying to do a female voice, and the person on the other line, I don't think knew. Just the way he was flirting.
I need a he. Whoa.
And then he started to ask questions, or she said a shower. He's like, "Hey, can I, think I'd get a couple pictures while you in that shower?" Saying shit like that, and she's going.
Next thing you know, the guy gets a dick pic.
That's what I'm thinking too, dude. And I have no fucking clue if that's what happened or not. So now,
I got to kill you.
It's like an entertaining conversation, because it's just in my head. I don't know if he knows or not, and I don't know if it matters either. But I'm just saying I don't know. So and that just makes me laugh a little bit.
My whole thing is something like that with a deep voice. Like, how could you not know?
But then these 4 Latino people pull up next to me, and we're at a stop sign that takes a long time, right? Or a stoplight that was taking a long time. And they're all like talking to each other, pointing over to the back area, go, oh, like making faces. And
was he wearing makeup? Because he took the wig off.
Yes. Yeah. It was very obvious, like a guy being a girl. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good trick job.
Should have left the wig on.
Either way. So
you know what you should have done? You should have looked at him and went,
dude, I should have done something.
Yeah.
I wasn't embarrassed. I think they knew I was an Uber driver. You could see the thing.
She's with me.
Knock it off. She didn't notice. She didn't notice. I don't know what I would have done if she would have noticed, because if she would have noticed, I got offended, I would have felt bad and probably said something to him. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're not doing a good thing next to me. But in the moment...
See, if Trump was president, they wouldn't have been there to laugh.
Yeah, she would have been kicked out. Both of those sides. Yeah. Trump didn't like anyone involved, including me. I'm married to a black.
He hates you.
Yeah, dude, we're not on good terms. But I'm in a predicament because, to me, it's funny as fuck that they're acting like that. Yeah. It's not the right behavior, but sometimes the wrong behavior is funny. You know what I mean? Let's just admit it. So the wrong behavior was going on. I'm trying not to laugh. This person doesn't even notice. So
but they're actually pointing.
Oh my God, they're pointing, making faces, like all of them with each other. You can tell they're having a good old time.
Was it all guys?
Yes. It was 4. I don't know what they were. They look Latino of some sort, 4 young, like 21, 22 years old, just goofing, And I'm looking over every once in a while. I'm doing this, trying not to laugh.
I think the funniest.
I didn't want to draw attention to it because I didn't want her to notice. You know what I mean?
If she would have pulled out a fucking gun and pointed it at them. I mean, I wouldn't even have been scared of the gun. I was like, "Who are you pointing and laughing at?"
Don't break my window.
Roll it down.
I'll roll it here. I'll roll the window down. You shoot them all you want.
That lowrider would have taken off at full speed.
And it was a Corolla. It was a Toyota Corolla.
Hey, they're going to make it go slow.
It was an older Toyota Corolla.
Low and slow.
But no, funny moment. No, I wasn't on a hero. We weren't on heroes. There was no hero involved. It was just funny because it was horrible, but at the same time funny that she's back there. I'm pretty sure fucking,
Where was this at?
Where did I pick her up at?
Where was the stoplight? Yeah.
Reading. Reading, when you're crossing over... I don't know where you're crossing over. If you're going 71 and Reading right there, 71 goes that way and Reading goes down, and you hit that stoplight before you go up the hill towards like hospitals and stuff. Yeah, right there. We were leaving the city. I picked her up at some apartment downtown. I was taking her to some spot in Avondale. But yeah, funny as fuck. Funny as I should have said. It's all mine. Hey, don't look at the products. Or freaked out.
You should have went.
Well, yeah, or played the pimp. Fucking, don't make me fucking get you.
There would have been 4 Uzis pointed at you real fucking fast.
Nah, they were college kids. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, were they?
I'm pretty sure.
But they were just pointing and laughing.
I don't think they were Mexican dudes. That's why I say Latino because I don't know what they were. But what? Hey, that was kind of racist, right?
What?
Because I didn't see them as being like lower class. I just assumed they weren't Mexican. Like, hell, those are different kind of Latinos. They got some parents that sent them here from Peru.
They're Brazilians.
Yeah, like something else. Like, just because I perceived them as not being like, poor.
Hey,
God,
where in Venezuela are you from? I picked up a hot Venezuelan girl the other day.
Sure, there's lots of them.
Yeah.
Hispanics are hot.
The hottest ones
One of
are
their biggest talents.
Brazilians.
That and roofing.
Brazilians.
Yep.
By far the hottest. Look at anything Rio. Videos, Rio beaches, whatever. You see the hottest. Fuck.
What is
TikTok Tabby?
What is Brazil? Well, Brazilians. There's so many different types of Brazilians because there's dark skinned Brazilians. There's light
black
skinned Brazilians.
Brazilians.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, what is a Brazilian combined with? But I don't know. I mean, I know Portuguese is what established it. So it's the Portuguese with the natives and probably slaves.
Brazilian women. It seems like they're all tall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Taller, and they kind of look. Honestly, they look like Polynesian, like Hawaiian, the ones that I've been looking at.
I don't like tall women, though.
Well, tall is 5'7" to a woman,
I like women, besides my sweet baby Angel Reese.
Did you hear about her new deal?
No,
She just made a bunch of money.
She's killing it, dude.
They signed her on as the sponsor to Reese's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was smart.
How smart is that?
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, so now she's going to do all these Reese's candy commercials and fucking make $1 million.
And she's thick, so it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's not a little thin girl. She's thick. She's hot as fuck to me until they show her next to a normal person.
And she looks like a Goliath.
Because she's giant, I mean, for a girl, she's like 6'4". So
all right, my question is...
That's a giant woman.
Here's another...
I also like Kylie Kelsey.
The WNBA.
She's like 6 foot.
They go out in full makeup and eyelashes and fucking their hair is done up. Why?
I don't think they're hair per se, but she definitely does those stupid ass eyelashes.
And why the one leg sleeve? It's got to be a fashion.
I don't know,
thing, right?
but I think it's hot. I don't know why.
But it's got to be. She's got to be doing it for fashion.
I'm sure it has to be, right?
It can't be like, oh, my left knee is tight.
Yeah, it don't make sense to me. No. But I like it. I don't know why I like it.
But I mean, you want to be taken serious as an athlete? Take your fake lashes off.
Come on, really? I mean, you're
say doing sports.
So what? How many NFL players still have their fucking necklace on? Like they need that on. They need their bling, but they still do it. Baseball players too. Baseball players tuck all of them do it. So everybody does their little fashion.
But you don't see a difference between a necklace and
no, I don't.
Complete makeup with eyelashes.
No, I don't.
And long ass nails. You don't.
I don't think they do the long ass nails.
I just don't understand why you're going out to compete in a basketball game. Do you really have to look your best?
Yeah. It works for them. That's how they make their money, unfortunately, because that's how people judge them, is by their looks. So that's how they make their contracts. The ugly girl ain't getting the contract. All right? They might get the basketball contract, but they're not getting the Reese's.
Caitlin Clark is not hot.
Caitlin Clark's an incredible talent. She transcends, and she's white. If she was an ugly black chick, you wouldn't have heard about her. You know what I mean? But she's not. She's a white girl that's doing this in a black sport, so it doesn't really matter about her looks. But believe me, if Caitlin Clark was good looking, she'd be making a hell of a lot more.
But do you realize that in the WNBA, there is a lot of stars that are white?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, but not the best. Not breaking record stars. Not not generational talent stars.
Well, one of the greatest WNBA women of all time was that. Her last name is Bird, Sue Bird.
Okay, but
short white girl.
Again, she's not out there just breaking records and did what she did in college. Like, no.
And that one
Clark's
guy,
next level. No, there's never been
that guy Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Hey, it was great playing in the Olympics, man. I fucking loved it. This is fantastic.
I don't know how you pick on this poor woman. She's a woman. She's like the Algerian boxer that you'll defend, but then you go after our own Brittany.
I just want to tell you,
just loves smoking the dope,
and she plays in Phoenix. But the whole point is,
she loves smoking the dope.
She has an Adam's apple.
Being a big girl,
and she talks like a man.
She doesn't have an Adam's.
She has an Adam's apple.
No, she doesn't.
I'm gonna bring up a picture.
I ain't gonna believe your dumb fucking picture unless it's on like Sports Illustrated.
Photoshop doesn't exist on real stories. So,
stop picking on Brittany.
Are you still unemployed?
Yeah, dude. I'm never not gonna be unemployed.
Yeah, you are.
I'm starting to enjoy it.
Are you?
No, I hate it. Well, a little bit of both. I guess it's a little bit of both. I kind of like the routine. I like there's a lot of anxiety built in when you don't know what you're going to make. You know
Sorry,
what I mean?
dude. That's an Adam's apple.
That's fake.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is not fake.
It does look like an Adam's apple.
Why does Brittany Griner have an Adam's apple?
Yeah, that again, you set it up for the Photoshops. You find a regular ass picture of her.
That's a regular ass picture of her. That's a fucking Adam's apple. And a good size one.
She does have an Adam's apple.
A huge one. Bigger than yours. Bigger than mine.
I'm gonna have to do research. Brittany, I'm gonna make him revise this next week.
That is a fucking giant Adam's apple.
He's gonna have to revise. They can't see that on that. That definitely looks like an Adam's apple, though.
No doubt.
And that picture looks less fake than the original
Here's
one.
a nice action picture of her and the Adam's apple. It's a fucking Adam's apple, dude.
Yeah, that's an Adam's apple. I don't know. Do all people have those?
No.
Why did men have Adam's apple? I don't get it.
There's a medical reason for it.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but
What? You're off the show, dude. I only put you on the show because I thought you were a doctor.
that's fucking Adam's apple, dude.
All right, stop flirting with Britt.
All right, I'm stopped.
She ain't gonna go for you, dude. She's not into you.
So we need
She's into
guests.
girls with bigger dicks.
Yeah, we need guests on this show.
We always talk about guests. We don't
I
need
know.
guests. It's because we don't. I mean, we planned the time of the show last night, 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Well, it suits us,
like
not you guys. I mean, you can listen any fucking time.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's hard to get guests when we know a day notice and when we're even going to do it.
No, very true. So, anything else new going on? I've been replaying.
I don't have AIDS. I don't have it.
Lucky.
I know, dude. That prep's worked.
You know, I've never had anything.
Never had any AIDS?
I've never had any sexually transmitted disease.
You never had a burn? You never had any kind of dick issues?
The only
never a bump,
issue
never a
I
burn?
ever had is when that girl, me and my buddy did a standing H on, told us she had chlamydia.
Yeah.
And the rule is apparently
You get the shot right away.
It was a pill.
Okay. Yeah.
But all she had to do was give the doctor our names, and they wrote us a prescription.
So
I didn't
you
have to see a
would've-
doctor, and I never had any symptoms.
Okay, so like
I just took the pill
If
in
you would have
case.
waited a little while, you might have had a burn.
Could have,
Yeah, but you didn't.
but I took the pill right away.
You got out before the burn.
And how cool of her to tell us.
I guess, yeah.
But if it turns out we didn't have anything, fuck you, Cindy. I didn't use the last name.
Cindy Chlamydia,
No, it was chlamydia. She said she had chlamydia,
old Cece.
and me and my buddy both had to take the pill. Now, the only reason there was two of us there is at her request.
Yeah, you and Jeff.
No, it was me and Lance.
Oh, Lance Penrod.
Yes.
He's out there laying the doubles, huh?
Me and Lance, yeah.
Ah, gross. You sicko.
Yeah. And the pill was the biggest fucking pill you ever saw. It was like that big. Looked like a chlorine tab that you put in your
Probably
fucking
was.
pool. Biggest fucking pill
You're gonna
ever.
make it put it in your dick.
We had to take one
Put
a
this
week.
in your dick hole.
One a week for 3 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to an asshole. We got that right.
I got assholes.
Yeah.
My asshole of the week is the maintenance guy in my apartment.
You asshole.
Oh my God. Now, right outside of my door, okay, in my thing, there's only 4 apartments. Okay? Right outside is one of those emergency lights. If the power goes out, these 2 emergency lights right outside of my door. And the birds like to build nests on it because it's undercover, and so the birds build nests. So about every 5-6 months, I go out there with a fucking broom and I knock the nest off and blah blah blah. Well, apparently it's happening all over the complex. So the office sends these guys out to clean up the area. They take out a pressure washer and a brush and clean up the bird shit and all that stuff. So I get home. I pull in yesterday and I see the guy outside my door with a scrub brush and a power washer cleaning the whole area. Well, I go up there. My Temu box sitting right there fucking soaking wet, covered in foam. He didn't even move it. He just started spraying all over my fucking box. I just bought something from Temu, and I did, but
Temu guy.
I tried it once, and I told you it turned out good. But this motherfucker, he could have easily just shoved the box down a foot, but no, he just wants to fucking hose my box down with foam, soap, and water. And then I come up, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "Hey, you got a package?" Hey, I can barely see it under the bubbles, but thanks. So he is my definite asshole of the fucking week.
Fuck you, maintenance
And
guy.
It was clothing.
Yeah, I know.
If the box would have got wet enough, the clothing would have got wet.
Instead of buying clothing from Temu, what I usually do is just go find a Chinese child and smack them. You know, since we're both kind of suppressing Chinese children, you making them make your shirts, me smacking them,
And everybody
we're
who
on a
wears,
level playing field.
anybody who wears anything that says Nike on it is doing the same thing. Yeah. And that's everybody.
I only buy Adidas, so therefore I have to go smack a child to make up for it. But I do buy Nike for the kids, so you know that's fine. I'm still supporting it, dude. I'm not knocking you. Don't. I think we should all be mean to Chinese children. I mean, this is just.
Do you hear about the new?
You know?
They have a new line of shoes out, literally for you know how the NBA has like the LeBron James shoe or whatever. These are for the WNBA.
Okay.
Made by the same company, except it's called Dike.
This fucking guy. This fucking goddamn supports Chinese slavery, and he hates the gays.
Dike. And the swoosh is a rainbow.
Oh, well,
Get it?
Yeah, no.
You want to DraftKings and chill later?
Fuck you. This guy's had some horrible jokes recently.
Hey, big shout out. Wait, I gotta.
Hey, what about my asshole?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Hey, I have an asshole. So I was driving down the Brent Spence Bridge the other day. We had just got through a pretty big traffic jam, and so we're starting to pick up speed a little bit. I need to get into the middle lane because I need to go west on 50, and that requires me to be in the second lane. I do a little look-see, that the lane is clear, and I go to turn in that lane, and while I'm turning that lane, some fucking cunt knob in a Charger comes whipping around the side, probably going about 80 miles per hour all of a sudden, just, slammed down on his gas as I'm going. I corrected all of a sudden, almost run into the wall myself. Well, this dumb fuck loses complete control, spins all over 71, 75 there in the Brent Spence Bridge, barely misses a semi. I'm saying maybe by like 3 feet or so, spins, hits the wall, looked like he was about maybe to fly over the wall. That's kind of what I was hoping for.
People have done that before, haven't they?
But he didn't fly over the wall. He hit the wall, and then he spun again and hit the wall again. Almost came back out in the traffic, but didn't. The car stopped. I kind of seen it. I kept on going, obviously, because I wasn't going to stick around to see the fucking aftermath. I had a customer in the car, by the way. Customer, I hate this joke. Some shit that he would say.
I use client.
He goes, client. Yeah, I had a client in the car. The client did the old play stupid games, win stupid prizes thing, which typically, fucking dork, I've heard that a million times. But in that moment, it made perfect sense because that's exactly what happened to this fucking asshole. Any of you guys that think it's cool to ramp your car up in the middle of traffic all of a sudden, that can fucking happen. And now his Charger's ruined, and fuck him, you're an asshole. Asshole of the week. What are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that I just got this text from my son's school. They get out an hour early today.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know it. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, we got to get the fuck out of here then.
We've done an hour.
Do you got 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do a fuck you, I guess?
I got a good one, too.
Let's end with a fuck you, and we'll get that. Sorry, guys, it's a short one, but...
No, it's an hour.
Yeah. Close.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
All right, fuck you to Chris's kid's school for fucking getting out at 2 p.m. at a last-second notice. And with a place without bus service, that's awfully inconvenient. What the fuck if you had actual things to do? What would this kid do? Just hang out?
And I suddenly got a text from my wife. Ex-wife.
Yeah.
Nate has early release today. Don't forget.
Don't forget. All right, well, don't forget. They just told you.
I know.
How you don't forget?
So I gotta fuck you, which is not going to make me popular.
Okay, well, that's normal.
But you're smart enough to read between the lines.
Sometimes. Sometimes I don't like to, just to make a point.
Fuck you, Jamar Chase.
Oh.
I'm a Bengal fan.
Yeah.
I'm a giant Jamar Chase fan. It's too early to be holding out, dude. We need you this year. This is our year. We really need you. And you're sitting out because you're fucking greedy. I understand you want your money. You're going to get your money. But there's still, 2 years left on the current deal?
Yeah.
It's too early, dude. If you're going to pull this shit, pull it next year when you're going into a contract year. It's too fucking early. You haven't caught one fucking pass this year. We really need you. The season's about to start. Fuck you, Jamar.
I get it. I get why people are frustrated with it. It doesn't bother me as long as he plays game one. And from everything I've heard, he's going to play game one. He just doesn't want to do the preseason stuff and risk getting hurt before, when it doesn't matter. if that's the case, I'm not that upset with it. Also, if the case is what he's asking for right now,
which is more money than any receivers ever made.
The Bengals would be retarded not to do it right now. And here's why. That number is more money than any receivers ever made. Yes. That number goes up every year. So by the time he's actually due for this contract, which is in 2 years, not 1 year, that number is going to go up exponentially. Right now, you can lock him in for 6 years.
Are you locking him in, though? First of all, it's a 4-year contract.
I know, because you already got 2 years left in the deal.
Okay.
It's an extension.
But what I'm
saying
saying
you do
is
you would check extra money for those 2 years. Altogether, it's 6 years, and you're locking them in for 6 years at a price that you're not going to be able to get 3 years from now. And as I always say, not I always say, but as I think is a smart thing to look at it this way, would another team pay for that? Yes. If another team would pay for it, then he's worth it. So
my whole point is, let's say next year, Jefferson pulls this shit, and they give him an even bigger deal. Then the next year after that, I don't care how many fucking years he has left in his contract, Chase is going to go, well, now I want more.
Well, I don't think
it's a never-ending fucking cycle. And you know what, Jamar? We need other people on the team, too. Joe's already making $500 million fucking dollars. You're asking for more money than Jefferson, and you are not putting up Jefferson numbers. You're not.
He's actually, when it's all boiled down, it's less than Jefferson because of the fact that
he wants $120 million guaranteed.
Yeah. The guarantee, I think, is about the same as Jefferson, but I don't know why that angers you.
It angers me because the season's about to start and we don't have one of the best receivers in the game because he's sitting there asking for money.
He's been playing with Burrow forever. The guy is, from what everybody always says about him, is he's a fucking workout freak. He over prepares for everything. The guy's been working out nonstop. He's not going to miss a beat not being in these preseason games. I mean, what do? They play 3 snaps in the preseason?
There's no guarantee he's going to be there game 1.
And I went to those practices.
If his agent's telling him, no, you don't play game 1. We're waiting for the fucking deal.
He's playing game 1.
It's happened before.
Believe me, if we're sitting here after game 1 and then I'm totally Team Chris, fuck you, Jamar Chase. That's fucking crazy. But if all he did was miss the preseason and the public practices, because apparently they've been going back to the fucking bubble and practicing too. They just don't want it to be on. It's like a thing. So I mean, I don't think the guy's just not like sitting there.
My whole point is,
that's why none of his teammates are mad. Everybody's
when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking a whole lot younger. The way this happened was when you were in the last few months of your current contract, you could start being a bitch because you're negotiating a new one. He's got 2 years left.
They typically do it next year.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. If it was next year, I wouldn't be saying fuck you to him.
I mean, CD Lamb's
2 years ago.
He's not the only one doing it. They're all doing it.
It doesn't make it better.
And what they need to do is fix the contract. It is kind of fucked up that you are better off being selected in the second round than the first round. You're kind of being punished if you're selected in the first round because you have to do a 5-year deal, where the second rounders only have to do the 4-year deal.
Yeah.
So but that's a contract problem. So NLR or not NLRB, their fucking their union needs to fix that and iron that out.
But it should be written in a contract. Negotiations start this day for your next contract. At that point, you want to be a bitch. Be a bitch at that point.
Well, I mean, they don't pay them for this. See, they get fined. It's not like so it's just them not going to work. I don't know. It don't bother me as much as long as he's there game 1. If he's not there game 1, we're going to have a completely different conversation, and I'm going to be pissed
We will
off
revisit
too.
it game 1.
But I am saying financially, the Bengals are dumb to not get this done right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do get it done right now, and that is going on behind the scenes, and that's why you don't have a lot of animosity on the sidelines. You know what I mean? You don't have Chase being a dick. You have his teammates are all cool with him. His coach isn't saying anything bad. It's not the same situation as CeeDee Lamb. It's not the same situation that was going on in New England with Judon. So it is different in that aspect, but do I like it? No. Does it bother me? Kind of. But
if he's not there game 1, it will bother you.
But if he's not there game 1, then yes, fuck him. That really will piss me off.
Yeah.
I'll be pissed at the Bengals too for not doing it because, like I said, financially it makes sense to do it. It's only going to get more expensive. Every year the contracts go up. So every year, and the top 5 receivers are always going to get the best. It doesn't matter who's the actual best. All right? When you're in like the top 5, your contract is usually one up to whoever's number 1.
But he's asking for number $1.
Well, that's what I mean, but that's normal because he is a top 5 guy. CeeDee Lamb's asking for that too.
Yeah.
They're
but
both
my
asking for the same thing.
whole point is,
and like I said,
if he was doing this next year, I'm not saying any of this. if he had 1 year left on his deal, he has time to start negotiating. I wouldn't say it, but he's got 2 years left.
But the way I look at it is, like they said, if you look at it as a 6-year contract, because these 2 years are built into it, you get him for 6 years, and at the average price at that point was now $33.5 million a year, which is less than Jefferson, and it's probably right around what CeeDee Lamb's going to get. So that is market.
Yeah, but
value
that means
deal.
this contract is being paid on his last 2 years.
What do you mean?
The contract he's asking for, I know he's got 2 years left now, and we'll
wouldn't
lock
wipe-
him in
it
for
wouldn't
6
wipe
years.
out these 2 years, though. It just
I realize
a lot
that,
of
but
it's guaranteed right there.
what I'm saying is that the technical contract he's asking for is 4 years, 160.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 4-year extension.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's
At
not a new
160.
contract. It's an extension.
Yeah.
So you go those 2 years, what you're getting paid now, which so they wouldn't actually have to start paying big money to him until 4 years down the line. As far as the salary cap's concerned, they'll have to pay that giant bonus off the top. But that's why they sold the fucking naming rights to the stadium so they could afford these guys. I mean, everybody can afford it.
But they
so
can't.
you may as well get it done.
You can't afford 5 guys like this.
No, you can't. But you don't have 5 guys like that. You're going to have Jamar. You're going to have Burrow, and then everything else has to be kept low. But that's normal. I mean, that's a team.
It is and it isn't.
It is. I mean, for the most part, who
What I'm
doesn't do that
saying
these
is,
days?
when you give this much money, and I'm not opposed to him getting the money, I'm opposed to him doing it right now. That's my whole problem.
I think
with this.
now is the time because they didn't go out and sign. They didn't sign Higgins. They have the money now. Lock him in, dude. He's going to be one of the best. That combination you're going to have locked for 6 years straight. Lock him in. You're going to pay it eventually, anyways. Why not just pay it now? It don't make sense to me to
Well,
wait.
like I said, if he was doing this next preseason, I'm not saying a word. It's the last year on the contract. It's time to start getting greedy for the next one. But I'm mad because it's 2 years.
Nah, I get it, but yeah.
All right, give your fuck you. I gotta go.
My fuck you is the not having a fuck you. So fuck you to me. Fuck you. Go away. Jesus Christ, leave me alone.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.